Sir, ERhymesSports in the building. Are you ready? The national championship's finally here. Tigers versus Tigers, LSU versus Clemson. Of course, we're going to break down the games. Kansas City, Tennessee, AFC, NFC, San Francisco hosting Green Bay. The bad man came back. How about Derrick Henry, King Henry? I'm going to give you that pick. Clemson. I don't know. Watch the show. I'll break it down for you, yo. Understand that's the scenario. The rhymes, the sports, the shine, the grind. E completely the greatest of all time. ERhymesSports, alright? Stay tuned. Yeah, ERhymesSports and the hizzy. Let's get right into it. We'll wrap up the NFL and talk about that in a second. On the road to the Super Bowl. But you know what time it is? It's time to get to the predictions and talking about Clemson Tigers against the LSU Tigers. Yeah, man. This is going to be classic. So we're talking about Trevor Lawrence, who has one more year in college football for Clemson, against Joe Burrow, the fifth-year senior. He's the same age as Lamar Jackson. Okay, transfer from Ohio State, kid from Ohio, going to the Bengals, #1 most likely. We'll see where Tua goes. Tonight is about these two gentlemen, but it's also about Eclair and Travis Etienne. Okay, these guys are healthy, and you're gonna see both teams run the ball. Both guys can get screen passes. You see their stats on the season. I mean, they're dominant. The quarterbacks are dominant. These are the two best teams. Now remember, Clemson's been here before, and they're going for their third chip in 3 years. Lawrence and Watson each have one, right? And they've got crazy good receivers, good secondary. I mean, the safety on LSU is, what is he, like 6'3", 210? Can play slot, this and that. I mean, this is a classic game. So I think what it comes down to, Dabo has that experience over Coach, Ed Orgeron. But Joe Burrow's got the hot hand. It's going to be 70-30 in terms of it being in New Orleans Saints, Mercedes-Benz, the Dome, the Superdome, right? Down there. And I think at the end of the day, it won't matter. I don't know. I've been going back and forth on this one, and I think for some reason it's going to be 31-30, and then we're going to have a last drive and a last field goal, and you're going to have LSU pull it out. It's going to be a classic, 33-31. I'm going to go with LSU, even though everything's telling me to pick Clemson. Clemson will cover the spread, so I got that covered. But I'm taking Joe Burrow, 3 touchdowns, Trevor Lawrence, 3 touchdowns, and that final drive, you'll see. And that's 3 passing touchdowns. Other guys will run it in, running back, stuff like that. But it's going to be these two guys, like Mahomes, Watson, and Jackson, will be battling in the NFL for the next decade to 2030, maybe to 2035. So strap on, get ready. 33-31. ERhymesSports taking LSU. This weekend. So we saw what the Niners did. That was dominant. And then you're hearing Kevin Stefanski, the OC, who couldn't outduel Robert Solis, the defensive coordinator, has got the Browns job instead of Josh McDaniels. And it's the owner's fault. And you hope it works out for them, but I think they're destined to make more mistakes. We'll see if he gets 5 years or what. But the Niners, too much. Too much defense. Too much defensive line. They kind of, shut down Cousins. Cook couldn't get himself going. And it was just a dominant performance. And then Derrick Henry is such a grown man. And Lamar Jackson, 508 total yards. But what you saw was Derrick Henry, look at that. I mean, you know, you talk about pound and ground. It was just too much. You know, you can't, 2 games in a row, he's gotten over 175 yards. You know, that's insane. And he's on such a tear that I don't know if anyone can stop him. Tannehill's barely throwing the ball. You know, he'll get a pass to the tight end, Sanu, and got the, you know, Jonnu got the touchdown, Jonnu Smith. He'll throw one AJ Brown. Derrick Henry threw a touchdown to Corey Davis. But, you know, I think Ravens fans should be proud. It was really about not the defense and not having Mark Ingram healthy. I think he only got like 22 yards. So Titans advance. They're going to play the Chiefs. What a game yesterday. And Bill O'Brien, I think it might be time to move on from him. He makes bad decisions in coaching and games. And 51-31, you can't go for that field goal there. You got to go for it. And then you don't do a fake punt in your own, 30-something yard line. 51-31. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, a monster. It was just insane. Once they got going after being down 24-0, they set all types of records. It reminded me of the Oilers against the Bills, 35-3 in that comeback. I don't know. If I was Houston, I might go in a different direction. It just might be time. But they'll be fine. They've got to, you know, continue to get that offensive line, but they need to build up the secondary. They need another corner and another safety. And then the Packers. This was great. And we know that, look, Russell Wilson is amazing. And the Packers, it was, you know, both Smiths, Preston and Sandorius or whatever, each had 2 sacks. Devontae Adams got busy. Aaron Jones was okay. And I think the Packers, you know, we'll predict it next week, but the Packers, they're gonna give the Niners a fight. And I think the Titans, they beat the Chiefs during the season. The Niners destroyed the Packers, so both of these games are rematches. They will be giving a fight. You know, there's not gonna be, I don't think either of these games will be blowouts. Now, I think Vegas already has both of them up by 7 or 7.5. I think both games are going to be within 7 or 6 points. But first early look, it's going to be hard to stop the Niners. And it's going to be hard to stop the Chiefs. Who wants to go to Miami and see Shakira and J-Lo? We shall see. So strap on and get ready. ERhymesSports. Remember LSU 33-31 over Clemson. Even though I believe in the defending champs, for some reason, I like the receivers and I like the running back being healthy for LSU is a big help. All right? Yeah, man. Get ready. This is going to be a great national championship and NFC and AFC championship next week. ERhymesSports. You like that? Sorry, Kirk. Niners were too much. Richard Sherman and the boys. Woo. And how about Jimmy Johnson going into the Hall of Fame this weekend and Bill Cowher? You have the 5 modern guys and 15, 2 coaches, 3 contributors, and 10 old players. I hope Drew Pearson makes it. I'm upset Joe Klecko's not on the list or Sterling Sharp, but, should be some. Randy Gradishaw should make it. Cliff Branch should make it. Should be really, really cool. Tom Flores should have already been in, but, it's what it is. All right. Enjoy the national championship. Peace.